Hey guys, Jake here, and today I am here with week number 7 of NPL Minors. This week we're going up against the Uzi Gunner, coach of the Bullet Punch Club. Uzi uploads some really good videos on his channel. He's been a GBA analyst for a long time, and he uploads some good stuff on his channel, so definitely be sure to check out his channel. It'll be in the link below. And Uzi drafted, in my opinion, one of the best teams in the league. His team was drafted very, very well. It's full of threats. His team consists of Kieran Black, Thunderous Eye, Reuniclus, Klefki, Delmise, Volcanion, Tyranitar, Stoutland, Archeops, Palisand, Megastelix, and Wigglytuff. And because of the offense of his team, I decided to go back to bring offense versus him too. So I thought I couldn't wall all of his threats, so a bulky balance build would not be feasible this game just because he has so many threats to my team, like the Kieran Black, the Thunder Side, the Volcanion. So I built more of an offensive team, which is out of my comfort zone, but I did decide to go with it. I felt it would be the best idea. But yeah, Uzi drafted very well, and this game's also extremely important for us. If we win, we go to 5-2, and if we lose, we go to 4-3. And if we win, that means we stay tied with Turbo, coach of the Phoenix Midnights, for first place in our division, which I just spoiled his week 7 game, but he uploads on time on purpose anyway and gets extra views, so I don't think he'll mind me talking about his record too much. But yeah, this is an important game just to try and stay in the race for that first seed, and as also to keep a lead in front of the teams behind me, such as John and II right now. So definitely a very important game. Uzi's in the other conference, so Uzi's in another conference, and he hasn't been having that much success this season of late, but that doesn't mean I can underestimate him at all, because he is still a very solid player. And yeah, so let me talk about his team real quick. So first he has his Kieran Black. Kieran Black I don't have a switch into at all, just because it's Kieran Black. No team really does have good switches to it. I'm expecting maybe like a Z move to hit Rashi or a Berry, something like a Habanberry or a Choppleberry. This game I feel is pretty likely. So yeah, Kieran Black is a huge start to my team. So is Thunderous Eye. I don't have a switch into Thunderous Eye at all in my drafts. It just kind of gets kills, and I'm expecting something like a Life Orb or Expert Belt for attack set, or an agility set. It can be pretty nice to outspeed the stuff I would speed. I don't really think he needs nasty pots to break my team at all. So yeah, the thing about Thunderous Eye is that I can't use Z moves, which makes it a bit easier to deal with, but still a pretty big threat. So he also has the Reuniclus, which I'm not too scared of, because I do have some pretty good ways of breaking it physically on my drafts. Klefki is a pretty big nuisance to a lot of my team. There's a chance he could be Magnet Rise for my Garchomp, and it also checks stuff like my Alakazam really well. So yeah, it's pretty annoying. He also has the Delmise, which will probably be his Mega Kangaskhan answer. But overall, it checks a lot of my team pretty well. Fizdef's Delmise is probably most likely, in my opinion. And then here we have, which I think is the biggest threat to my team. He has the Volcanion, and Volcanion is the big culprit in making me ring offense. I have absolutely no switch into Volcanion at all. It completely gets a kill. I can't even play around it. If he brings something like an offensive Shukaberry Volcanion, that just destroys my team, because my water resists on my team are Quillfish, which hates taking just special moves in general and would die to an Earth Power, and Shaman, which just gets destroyed by a Fire Blast. So yeah, my team has absolutely nothing for Volcanion, and pressuring it offensively isn't even that easy either. So yeah, I just decided to make a team where everything outspeeds Volcanion, because it is just so good versus my team. I don't have an answer to it, in all honesty. So yeah, Volcanion's huge set. T-Tar, I do have some decent response to it, but with the right set, it could definitely be pretty annoying. Stoutland under the Sand late game is a pretty big threat. Archeops, I really wasn't sure. I didn't think he would bring it that much. I just felt like he has so many other better threats to bring. The Palisand is a potential other tech to Kangaskhan, but I don't feel like it matches up versus my overall draft that well. I have stuff like Togekiss, Shaman, Garchomp can kind of beat it. Sharp, Rotom, Coolfish, well, beats Coolfish, but I didn't feel like it had the best overall matchup. He's also got the Mega Steelix, which checks a lot of my stuff very well, just because a lot of my team is physically oriented, and yeah, just a pretty solid amount of this game. And he's also got the Wigglytuff, which is an unmon, so I won't be worrying about that. But let me get into the team I built. First off, we have a ground and EMZ Chomp with dual stab rocks, and SD. So SD, I felt okay. So this is gonna be my guaranteed lead because I absolutely need Stealth Rocks to get the damage on stuff like Thundurus and Kieran Black, put him in range and other stuff in my team. And his removal isn't that good. His removal is Klefki and Delmise, and some of those will have some Formula Slot Syndrome. So yeah, his removal isn't that good. So I'm gonna try and capitalize on that by bringing a lead Garchomp that I will definitely lead with. Even if he does get rid of the rocks, as long as I get that 25% automatic chip on the Kyurem or the Fundy, I'll be happy. Just because I really need that stuff, the damage on that stuff. So yeah, ground and okay. So for my item, I went with ground and EMC just so I can get a bigger hit on stuff like the Reuniclus, the Volcanion in case I thought he was Sugar Berry, and the Mega Steelix. I really wanted to bring Focus Sash. I considered it for a while just because of how much I need rocks this game. But then I came to the conclusion that only 2 of his mons can Okomi turn 1. And that would be the Kieran Black and the Thunderous Eye. And the Kieran Black would probably be forced out anyway, depending on its set. And the Thunderous Eye can only Okomi with Hidden Power Ice if he is Expert Belt or Life Orb. I probably should have invested to live an Expert Belt Hidden Power Ice. But yeah, I decided to just run ground and EMZ for the extra power on some stuff because Steelix is pretty annoying for my team to wear down. So next up, you've got a Power Punch, Low Kick, Return Sucker Punch, Mega Kangaskhan. Power Punch is pretty nice just because once I start boosting up and I get some chip on the Steelix, a lot of the team doesn't like taking Return plus Low Kick. Steelix is 2 KO'd by plus 2 Low Kick easily. And Low Kick hits all of his normal resists apart from Klefki, which takes some nice chip from boosted returns, and the Delmise, which I had Sucker Punch for, and the Palisand. I really wanted to run Crunch over Sucker Punch, but I felt like Sucker Punch was really nice just because of how big of a threat Thundurus is to my team. So I opted to not. I opted to not run it just so I had the priority in case. But Crunch definitely could have been nice this game. But yeah, overall pretty nice break here. And next I've got an offensive Shaman, which he doesn't really have good switches to. Seed for attack, Seed Flare because it's good, strong grass type. Desert Gleam for the Kieran Black. Earth Power for stuff like the Steelix and the Klefki. And Hidden Power Ice is just so I had something to hit the Thundurus. I believe because it Okas after rocks, I think. So yeah. And something like Synthesis wouldn't have been that good this game anyway, just because he has the sand. So yeah, next up I've got Life Orb Alakazam. This mon is a very nice win con this game, just because once I weaken the Klefki, this mon kind of just goes in. Focus Blast does like 45 to a Klefki, which is crazy. Like Life Orb Alakazam is so strong. But if I'm behind a sub, I just kind of run through his team. Like Kyurem dies to Focus Blast, Thundy takes like 80 from Life Orb Psychic, which is why I need those rocks up. Reuniclus is KO'd by Shadow Ball. Klefki is his best answer. Delmos takes a ton. Volcanion dies after rocks. T-Tar, Scarf Tyranitar cannot outspeed me, and I kill any T-Tar with Life Orb Focus Blast. Stoutland can outspeed me in the sand, yeah, that's kind of annoying, but it's really his only thing on his draft that outspeeds me apart from Scarfers under the hand. Archeops will definitely be brought to defeat. I might even Oko with Psychic, I'm not sure. Palisand takes a ton from Shadow Ball. Mega Steelix takes a ton from Focus Blast. I think it guarantees or dies after rocks. And Wigglytuff is probably 2 KO'd by Psychic. So yeah, very nice mon. And this is a pretty controversial mon I brought. It probably wasn't that good in the matchup, but I decided to bring a Scarf Rotom just because I wanted Defog on this team in some sort, because he has the Klefki in the back, which could be annoying if he spike stacked me, or if he if he spike stack me, or if he set up screens. So I want to have the defog option in the back. Overall, the Scarf Rotom could be pretty nice to outspeed his whole team. He does have the T-Tar, but I can kind of Volt Switch on that. His two Volt Switch immunities, I don't think will really like pivoting into this, just because they fear Will-O-Wisp and Shadow Ball, I think I'm free to Volt Switch early on in the game, just because he won't want to switch those in fearing of Will-O-Wisp or Shadow Ball. I mean the Steelix and the Palossand, and this also gives me a pretty solid middle ground play versus Thundy, depending on the situation, which is nice. I can Volt Switch, get in guaranteed range of stuff from other stuff in my team, and overall be in a decent spot. This team doesn't really have a Thundy switch in, so I wanted something else that could outspeed it. And yeah, next up I have my second Scarfer, a Scarf Jirachi with Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, Healing Wish, and U-Turn. This mon is kind of walled by Steelix, but once I kill Steelix, this mon is so good versus team. Like, I can just click Iron Head and it only resists the Volcanion. That was the big reason I was kind of on the fence of bringing this at the Volcanion, but I can run Zen Headbutt, and that will do. And I believe if I get one flinch, it will get to a KO after rocks, so that is nice. Yeah, I'll speed this whole team most likely, and can do some stuff once I weaken the Steelix. Most of my team has a way of pressuring the Steelix, and once I get rid of the Steelix, these two mons are in a better position, so that is very nice. So, without further ado, let me get right into the battle. Alright, here we are at the match versus Izzy, and as you can see, he decides to bring a team of Kyurem Black, Dhelmise, Thundurus Eye, Tyranitar, Mega Steelix, and Klefki, and the first thing that caught my eyes is that he's not bringing the Volcanion, which I was dumbfounded, just because I had absolutely no answers to, and it pretty much guaranteed got a kill every time it came in, but I guess maybe he knew I would kind of bring the offensive team that I did, so he prepped like this, even though a lot of my team can't really OHKO it. But yeah, Volcanion was just huge threat, so I'm pretty happy not to see it. I'm also pretty happy not to see the Stoutland, because that thing could have been pretty scary late game, but other than that, I kind of expected all of this. So yeah, let's get into the match. I decided to lead off with my dedicated lead, my Garchomp, as he leads off with his Thundurus. And now I was really wishing I had kept my Sash, because I don't want to take something like a Life Orb or Hidden Power Ice or Expert Belt and just die turn 1. So I switch out. If I was Sash, I would have been able to get rocks up right there. I could have forced in his Dhelmise and forced a spin. And I also have the aggressive Rotom play, the Rotom spin block play in the back, which could have been nice. And as you're gonna see later, or if you saw his side, you will see that his Dhelmise was actually walled by his Dhelmise was actually just completely walled by my Rotom. So if I was Sash, getting up rocks there would have been really nice for me, but I don't want to risk him being Life Orb or Life Orb Expert Belt, so I'm gonna switch. So definitely regretting the rock there or the ground in turn 1 already. But he's just going for the Hidden Power Ice, and this damage reveals he is max special attack, but he is probably not a boosting item. So I'm definitely thinking this is Expert Bolt. By the way, he just really decided to click Hidden Power Ice. So I'm just going to Volt Switch, because as I said in the builder, I don't think he's going to go Steelix this early. I'm expecting him to go either into Kyurem Black or maybe to Klefki, but Kyurem Black better covers the trick play, so I'm expecting that. So I just Volt Switch as I come to his Kyurem Black, or no, actually a Shadow Ball, because I wanted to cover the play. So I actually just completely contradicted myself and just copped a huge L. So yeah, I guess I just didn't want him going into the Steelix right there on the obvious Volt Switch, but I force the Kyurem to roost, and I get some chip, and that damage reveals that he is, I believe, not minus special defense, which is good information, but I decided to go hard into my Kangaskhan, because I'm actually not too cared about anything that isn't a Z move. If he is a Z move, I can live any hit besides a Z Focus Blast and outspeed and fire him out with a low kick, which will OHKO, and he just goes hard into his Dhelmise. I considering doubling, but I figured he might not expect a low kick and try and attack me. So now versus the Dhelmise, I'm going to go hard into my Shaman, because I am Life Orb and I can threaten him out. As I just make the safe play and Hidden Power Ice. I'm playing really safe in this game, and I'm falling into his game, which is not very good, but not the end of the road right now. As now I'm just gonna try and figure out. I'm just gonna power for the Earth Power in this turn. I just wanted to get damage on this. I Earth Power because I know he knows he can take one, and he might just want to like get up a spike or something, but he just makes a very nice play into his Thunderous. And here on this turn, I was expecting him to either go for something like an agility, so he could outspeed my obvious Scarfers plus my Zam, but I figured that was pretty unlikely. Or something like a Hidden Power Ice or a Sludge Wave. So I just had to make the aggressive switch into my Jirachi, so I can force this out. I can bluff this, or I can like pretty much kind of show to him that I'm scarfed from the damage, and then either U-turn or Zen Headbutt. But he actually makes a great prediction on this turn and clicks Knockoff, pretty much making my Jirachi useless. So I just decided to sack off my Jirachi on this turn. And here on this turn, I really had to decide what I was going to go out into here. But in the end, I decided to go into my Rotom. Now, here's where I realized I made a big mistake in not giving me anything that could OHKO Thundy without Rocks Up. I thought I would have Rocks Up for this game, so this is where me not getting Rocks Up was so huge, because I would have been able to go into my Zam right now and just been able to fire for Life Orb, Psychic, and kill, but he is not in range of that right now. Because you could have Focus Blast, I don't want to go into my Kangaskhan, so I'm just going to sack off my Rotom to get damage onto this to put it in range of my Alakazam. So here I double into Garchomp. Okay, hold up, I skipped. But after the Thunderous kills my Rotom, I decide to go into my Alakazam because it is now in range, and I know he's like not Scarf or anything. So I pull the double into my Garchomp, predicting the Klefki to come out because it's his obvious best response, and I need to make some plays to get back into this game. So I click Rocks, and here he kills me with Hidden Power Ice. Now this was a roll if he was E-Belt. If max special attack, it was about like 60 to 40 in his favor. But after I actually am recording this after watching his video, and he was actually not max special attack, so I feel like the roll was definitely in my favor to live this. But I didn't know, so that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I'm just in a terrible spot right now. Uzi's definitely outplaying me, and he's definitely outprepped me so far. But perhaps I should have pulled the switch into my Kang, but right now my thought process was, I don't know if the Klefki has Magnet Rise or not, and if it is, the Scarchomp is just really expendable, because I did already get up my Rocks, and yeah, but in hindsight, I probably should have pulled the switch into my Kangaskhan, as it's much more expendable, but I thought that the Klefki might just have Magnet Rise, meaning I would be able to wall my Garchomp. So he goes in, I go into my Zam to Revenge, and he reveals, or he just goes into his Klefki because it can need any hit. I just had to go into my Shaman as he goes for the Thunder Wave, and here on this turn, I believe I think I just yeah, I get paralyzed, but I went for the Earth Power, so it's not the biggest deal, because I'm just gonna go hard into my Kang because I know I can live any hit. And here I double into my Shaman, predicting the Delmise, but he just double Ice Beams, which basically means I lose this game. So very nice prediction. I think he knew I would double because I can't touch Delmise. But now I bring in my Zam, and I'm to get a kill. Well, I'm not gonna kill, but Revenge, as he slacks off his Thunderous, meaning I get a kill, which is nice. So it's not 6-0. But now it goes into his Klefki, and if I have any chance of winning this game, it's baiting in his Delmise and hoping he chokes, and I get up a free sub with my Zam, because then I can hopefully run through his team. But the biggest issue is that if this Klefki is able to Thunder Wave me, I lose, because my Zam will be outsped by everything. So here I try to pull the double, predicting the Delmise again, but it does not work out, as he just goes into his Reflect, just goes for the Reflect. So now I'm gonna go into the Kangaskhan, and I'm just gonna, I think I just click Return right there. But here I'm just sacking off my Kang versus the obvious Helmet Delmise just to get a free switch into my Zam. Perhaps I should have made an aggressive switch on the Synthesis, but yeah, now I can just go into my Zam. This is in range of the Shadow Ball, but I'm gonna try and sub to hopefully hope he chokes, and I was able to get the free sub up. I could have potentially won this game, but now my only hope is to hope he misses T-Wave, but he doesn't, so he lands the T-Wave, and he will be able to break my sub on the following turn, and Zam will not be able to 2-hit KO with this Klefki with the Life Orb Focus Blast. So yeah, I get foiled by Uzi, and Uzi prepped and played amazingly, but I think the biggest I think the biggest decider in this game was just my prep was terrible. I think this is one of the worst preps I've ever had in a while. Just because I didn't prep for his fat stuff enough. I should have brought Sash on my Garchomp considering how important rocks were. I should have invested to live an E-Belt and Power Ice with my Garchomp. Just so many things I could have done better. The Rotom was a very bring, but I really feel like I need hazard removal. I think if there's one lesson I've learned is that I really shouldn't force removal, because there were definitely better mons I could have brought. Something like Bisharp I really considered over the Rotom slot, and that might have worked better in the actual game, because I would have been able to actually just set up on so much stuff, because my plan was to be Balloon. But yeah, unfortunately we do take this huge loss. It'll be tough to rebound, especially because we were playing one of the best players in minors next week in II. But right now we are 4-3, so we're still 4-3, so the season is not over, but it means this will be a lot more challenging. So yeah, thanks you all for watching, guys. See you guys next time. Peace.